Hello, hello. Hello, squaddies. You know what to do. Let me see those thumbs. How about some hearts today? Let me see some hearts. Let's get some hearts out there because we need love. Everybody need love. All we need is love. John Lennon, very wise man, said that. Can I get some hearts for some love? All right, are they coming? Yep, there's some hearts. There we go. All right, so I am on air. I have successfully started the broadcast. I hope everybody's well tonight. I'm well, just a little lazy. I didn't feel like editing anything. What with the holidays and all, trying to get ready for the holidays. I hope everybody's got big plans. Let's see. Hello, B10 Pal, Dolores Sims, Patricia Nixon, Church Nelly in the house. Who else? Fatima. Famatama. Okay. You know, that's who you are. Wait, okay, let me do this one more time. I got this. Fatal Mata. There we go. And Lydia and Kenneth, Emma. Let's see, Lily. Lily, I think you're new to the channel, right? Carmen Bennett and Connie Baumer, all the way from Switzerland. Sharon Davis, Shadal, Sistren, Ceci, and let's see who here. Vanya Richardson, or is it Vanya? Vanya. Okay, Gwendolyn Daniels, Marshall, Joseph Vaughn, and who else? Okay, Jay Spencer, Kenneth, Sharon Davis, Diane Hawkins, Fancy, Melina Lucia. Okay, I think we didn't went through everybody on here. Wow, 117 people already. So glad for that. Well, it's Monday night, and I did have some stuff I want to talk about, but I just did not have the time to do the edit because I had to make some business calls for, the new year, like a lot of you people. Well, not you people, a lot of us people. There I go with that you people. Who are you people, right? But like a lot of you all, it's a lot of end of year, first of the year stuff to take care of. So without delay, let me get to my photos. I don't want to start with the messy. Well, I kind of do, but anyway, okay. I'll go with this one. Okay, so this photo, as per usual, you see what I see. So I want to say it was the Express that was not so rude about it, but there you have it. Now you already know what I'm about to say, don't you? $14.7 million mansion. $14.7 million. I don't think there was any mention of how many bathrooms, but I told y'all when I made that video about that event, that's what I was looking for. How much does their mansion cost? I think they brought the price back down, so they have actually devalued the Montecito mansion, but yeah, we were all looking for that. Hey, TC son. But yeah, and then of course, thank you to Twitter. Here's another photo I've never seen before, and since some of you all are not on Twitter, I'm going to share it with you. I've never seen this one before, but just a ray of sunshine. Beautiful photo. That is the Duchess of Sussex. That one I've never seen before, so I thought I would share it with you. And then also something that's trending, and because it's a paparazzi photo, I'm still not comfortable sharing it, but I won't share the photo, but I'll share the update about it. Meghan Markle sparks 376% 100% explosion of fans sent wild over gorgeous California photos. When I'm excited about something, I have to say it like Oprah Winfrey. What else would I do? 376% leap in searches for the tan coat. And it's not, yeah, Lydia, major influencer. Absolutely. Not that she hasn't rocked that look before, but you know what? It just goes to show, as Lydia just said, major influencer. People are so hungry for the Sussexes, and some of the most hungry people are the ones in the royal rodent. The rodents want some of that Sussex magic so bad so that they can think of something disparaging to say while trying to give, well, some of them give half of a compliment, but the rodents, they'll think of something disparaging to say. But either way, it's a win-win because they're looking to monetize and make money off of the Duchess of Sussex. And that's exactly what's going to happen because all of the rags ran that story. Now, the last rag to talk about the Christmas parade, they were the ones who made prominent in the headline exactly how much the Montecito mansion costs. So, no big surprise there. But we were expecting that. We were expecting that. The only thing that they won't, actually, the big surprise we really want, and they won't give it to us, is we want that apology in the very same fonts in which they, push that whole thing with the letter from Daddy. So that's what we really want. That we want, they won't give us. But everything else, they're more than willing to talk about and exaggerate um, the lies to do it. So, but let's see. I'm going to go to my next point that I wanted to make, and then we can chat some things out once I get through these. Let me make sure that's the right thing. Okay. Is that it? Oh, yeah, I think it is. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. So this was another thing that I snatched off of Twitter. I don't want you guys to think that I'm running around pursuing these magazines. I actually snatched this off the Twitter, but I was curious and interested. So here we are. Meghan has no interest in building bridges with the royals, claim. I don't even know what that RHOCH means. And the reason why is because I actually, like I said, I just snatched the headline. I didn't actually read the story. But, in case you guys want to talk about it or hear my opinion about it, I don't think she does have any interest in going back. Now, one way that we won't actually know how devoted the Duchess is to that family over in Narnia is because of the pandemic. As long as there's a pandemic, then I won't say that there's a good excuse to not go. I'm just saying we won't know the difference until Harry goes back and until we have a handle on this pandemic, which can take a long, long time. We may not know if the Duchess of Sussex is interested in going back to that family. And like you, I hope she don't. I hope she don't go back, and I hope she doesn't take the kids over there either. I would just rather, for their sake, for her sake, because going back into a stressful situation like that could be rather triggering. And rather than put herself through that kind of stress, it's like Harry said. Harry said anytime that he flies into London, he said this a long time ago. He said anytime he flies back into London, he gets that feeling that comes over him. And he even said this long before he got married. This is something that he's been saying for a while. I think he was over in Afghanistan when he first mentioned that he, didn't really like being in London. And so the idea that because he's outside of the only life that he's ever known. How is he going to make it? Um, well, I guess we do know he's going to pretty soon be a billionaire. He's got more work than he has time. And of course, any place that he works, he elevates the profile of that company. And he's not doing it just by his name. He has so much by way of talent and intelligence that it's not a matter of him just showing up. Yes, yes, there will be some prestige from having Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, no doubt about that. But the other thing that you can't actually overlook is the fact that he happens to be very, very talented. Now, I saw a video some time ago of this guy that I met over in the UK. And this particular guy is, I guess you could say he's like a super fan. Um, you've probably seen him at some of the royal events. I even want to say that he was the first person to give the Duchess flowers when she went to that radio station. Was it in Brixton or wherever it was? And he was just like beside himself with this idea that Prince Harry is going to, um, I guess, for lack of a better word, fall on his face. He was just so sure that Prince Harry was not going to be, and he's like, oh, but it's the only life he's ever known. And of course, it was the whole thing of they should have let the Queen know. I mean, it was this guy. eh, Anyway, if I can find his photo, I'll share it with you. But his words ring in my ear. I was going to say wing in my ear, but see, that's what I get for doing my Barbara Walters impersonation. But his words kind of ring in my ear because of the fact that fast forward over what is it? Has it been like what 18 months or something like that? Almost 2 years later, Harry is doing just fine without that family, which of course proves this guy wrong, but he's doing just fine without being in Narnia. So um that's one of the things that I was thinking about today, among other things. So, as for Twitter today, please tell me with thumbs up how many of y'all was on Twitter today. How many of y'all was on Twitter? Now, mind you, I'm not going to talk a lot about Twitter today, but it was very interesting, and it's also a very cautionary tale. Um, if you have been on Twitter, and if you were on the Sussex Squad podcast Sunday, um, it was a very messy day on Twitter. Oh, you're on there, sister, huh? Yeah, it was a kind of a messy day, right? Um, oh, it's Diane Hawkins' birthday. Wow. Okay. Happy birthday, Diane Hawkins. Happy birthday from the squad, from Royal Sussex. And of course, a big toast from Church Nelly, always. Enough toast to fire up a rocket ship. About 100 proof of toasting. But so Elizabeth, you were on the Twitter today. Yeah, and oh, Miss VSN is on here. I I guess I'm gonna have to be very cautious myself. And I'm talking about this because it's like continuing what I said yesterday. Just look out for yourselves and each other. Make sure that as you're on social media, as you're on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or any of the other ones, make sure that you're not drawn in by some opportunist, by some grifter, because it can and will happen. Uh, Let me see. Is that a troll? Let me see. Okay. Okay. No, that's not a troll. Somebody's just making a point. Oh, okay, thank you. I'm sorry. I had to the thing was moving. I wanted to make sure I saw that. But just in case anybody did not realize, Meghan and the children are Harry's family. The trolls on the island are his relatives. And yes, there is a difference. Absolutely right, Faith, Hope, Love. Absolutely right. You're bringing the wisdom tonight. You're absolutely bringing the wisdom. That is his family, and he does not owe them anything. He does not owe them anything. He's supposed to be cordial with them. He's supposed to love and respect his grandmother. But as for his brother has shown him, um, how corruptive his future is going to be. And so for that reason, Harry does not owe his brother anything. His brother feels as though Harry has some type of debt, I suspect, which is unfortunate because I think his brother just believes too much of what everybody has told him. The whole thing about being ordained by God and everything to run the church, the country, the military, and such, none of which is true. So you're absolutely right. That is Harry's family. That's their nuclear family in California, and he does not owe them anything. So very good. You're absolutely right. I'm in total agreement. So let me get to another comment before I go on. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Mary Hiker. I think it's Hiker, right? Um, I think the royal family will be over after the queen dies. Yeah, the future of the family looks bleak. And after the big funeral, after the big coronation, then they have probably, well, depending, let's see, if the queen makes it as long as her mother, that could still be potentially another, what, 10, 15 years before there's a big royal wedding. Maybe even 20 years before there's a big royal wedding. And then when there is a royal wedding, something tells me in this internet world we live in, there is going to be such a buildup to the wedding that I wonder if a future royal bride will survive it. I wonder if a future royal bride or royal fiance will survive everything leading up to the wedding. So, that remains to be seen. Absolutely. Okay. Baldy locks. um, okay, I can't read that one out loud, but I can highlight it. Which reminds me too, I'm gonna remind you guys when you do comment, not here, but on the comments after, with any of the other videos, if you find that your videos have not, I mean, I'm sorry, not videos, but your comments have not appeared, it's a good chance that the AI software may here's like even if you say dumb, sometimes depending on how the words are grouped, it may take your comment back out. And then I have to manually go back in and approve it. So I try to do that as much as I can, but it's not that myself or the moderators have removed your comment. It's just that sometimes the AI may take it the wrong way. And there's a one squatty in particular that comments all the time, and I don't know why it targets her all the time because she's never said anything out of pocket, but just so you know, that can and will happen. So, but I'm not reading some out loud just because I don't want to get, demonetized. But feel free to say it, and I'll just censor myself because I like a little saucy language. Okay, y'all saw the tweet on Dingy Bird about Uncle Festus on Wednesday's festive look at each other. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, let's go to that. Okay, now this is supposed to be a look of amour. I tell you, I'm not even sure Kate grinned, and I'm not even sure that he looked at her. Yet another image where you can't really tell that they're even there together, let alone that they're in love with each other. I don't know what they have. I don't I can't tell you what that's supposed to be. But yeah, it's like Team Cambridge, they're going on and 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 on about that little glance that they had each other with each other, should I say, only because the person singing at the Carol night, that is Carol Middleton night, they call it Carol something for short, Christmas Carol. The only reason why they glanced at each other was because they were supposed to have brought back some fond memories from the wedding day. All I got to say is, if you say so. What I see is two people. One wants to get back home and crawl up in the bed so she can rest her smile, and the other wants the driver to drop him off first. The other one is going to lean forward in the back of the Range Rover and say, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can you drop me off first?" But they confuse that as two people being in love. So, you know what? Let them have it. Let them have it, because the only time that their eyes ever meet in public is once in the blue moon. We will see Halley's comet sooner than we'll see their eyes meet and look fond at each other. So it's just like with the gold gown. Like I said, let them have it. Let them have it, because it'll be a long time before it happens again. So, I'm not threatened by it. Um, let them have their moment. So, as I mentioned, I ran into the super fan. If I can find that video again, what I'll do for you guys is I will upload it to my community tab, and then you can see the person that I was speaking about give his little, I guess, doom and gloom speech about how Harry is making a big mistake. God, I love how Harry is making such a big mistake. His name is John Lofton, I think. And here's a picture of us. Now, this is on the wedding day at Westminster Abbey. I managed to find the photo. Have you guys seen him before? Give me a thumbs up if you have. He's at every big event, and I have to give him credit for this much, because he was the first person that I've seen publicly give the Duchess of Sussex flowers. Now, Harry was getting married. Yeah, you've seen him before, right, Joyce? He was getting married, and this guy was fully supportive. You know, very, very, I guess, inviting to the Duchess of Sussex to the United Kingdom. So when I saw him, I said, "Oh, I know you. You're the super fan, right?" "No, I'm a royal supporter." Okay, okay, whatever. Oh, okay. So I see some more of you guys have seen him before. Um, there we go. Frida, Emma, you've seen him before. Yeah. He's at every big event. There's like a group of them that I recognized from television. And so of course I had to take a picture with him. Now, I don't know if you could tell from the photo, poor thing had been sitting out there in the sun for several days. Now, and just to be fair, no, he didn't smell. But he was sitting out there. I don't know why that's germane to this story, but then again, I am a fan of the Jackson Five. But he had sat out there in the sun, bleaching his nose, peeling it away for several days. And when I saw him, I just felt like I had to say hi to him. But mind you, this was the wedding day. But then when I saw him in this video, but Harry, he needs to be here. He doesn't know what this is not good for him. He's never been out of, that's not the life that he's used to. The man served 2 tours of duty in Afghanistan. I think he'll be okay. Nut job, he'll be okay. I thought that he was going to fall on the ground and kick his feet. This reporter saw him by Buckingham Palace, or maybe they called him. And there's another weirdo too. That's that lady that collects every royal item that's available. You've seen her before. They always interview her. She has the tea service, the tea towels, the cookie jars, every you know what? I'm not messing with you tonight, Church Nelly. I'm over here minding my business. I'm doing my live chat. Next, you're gonna ask me, did I scratch and sniff him? I don't know. We were outside. We weren't exactly social distancing. But the only thing I want you to acknowledge about this photo, look at how beautiful my skin looks. Look at how beautiful my skin looks. I mean, flawless. And look at those cheekbones. You can balance a coffee cup on them. So, if you want to talk about something, tell me how nice I look. Forget about him smelling. But no, I don't know. I didn't get that close to him. But I mean, he was nice enough, and he means well. He means well. But everything, his whole world is the royal family, and the royal family is his world. So, no shade to him. He he just feels a certain way. And he was in such a panic because he read in the tabloids, but they have to let the queen know. They should have let the queen know. So thank you, Deborah. Thank you. Boy, it's like pulling teeth around here to get a compliment tonight. But hi, Pamela. Let's see what you said here. I made it to live. Yes. Hi, Squatty, she says. Um yes, he was kind of weird, but there were plenty witnesses around. Yeah, I mean, and I was so excited about the wedding, I couldn't be by. Oh, thank you, Yvonne. You're so thoughtful. You always think about me. Thank you so much. Oh, let me highlight you here. There we go. A super sticker from Yvonne Clark. Thank you so much, Yvonne. But yeah, I mean, I saw him on TV, and I was excited about the wedding, and I was just in the moment. I didn't even consider if he had a smell until I walked away. And since I sniffed my shirt and everything, I didn't smell anything, so I assume he didn't. Why are we talking about this? Why are we even talking about how he smells? Yes. And not only for him, the other person that really needs to moisturize is Camilla, Queen of the Desert. Camilla, it's too late for her now. The Exxon Valdez could not give her enough oil to hold in the moisture. Again, Deborah, thank you so much. Uh, Relocation. Yes, Dolores, I was saying that at the time. Why are people so preoccupied about um, Harry moving to another country? People do that all the time. Think of the people who were in the steerage compartment of those luxury liners that were leaving Ireland because of the oppressive way that they were treated by. Well, I don't know. I'm trying to rewrite history, ain't I? Plus, I don't want to get into that whole colonial Commonwealth soapbox, but I kind of do, but I'm not. Plus, I have friends in the UK, so I'm not taking any digs at them tonight. Thank you so much, Pamela Brown Jenkins. Thank you for the super sticker. And guys, full disclosure, I have been knowing Deborah for over 30 years, and she was trying to send me something for the chat, but she sent it to the Cash App. So I'm going to acknowledge her contribution now. But Deborah did send something to me, but she sent it to the Cash App. and I didn't see it until after I was done, so I didn't even get a chance to mention it. But thank you all. I appreciate it, and thank you all. 429 of you. I thought I would be lucky if 200 people, came out tonight for, with the holidays and all. But thank you, very very appreciative. But yeah, the wedding day was special. I did buy one of those flags. I think it's the same one that he has on. It has the images of the Sussexes on it. But oh, somebody's picking up on the lingo. Emotional support Camilla. Not wife, it's the emotional support Camilla, also known as Best in Show. According to the Westminster Kennel Association. Or is it Kennel Club? Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Camilla has been quiet lately. I don't know that she's been conspiring against the Sussexes. So I have decided that I would ease off of her for a little while. Best in Show, Camilla Queen of the Desert. I'm using kid gloves with her right now because she's going through a lot, because in spite of everything that's going on, good or bad for her, she has you know some people conspiring against her as we speak. So yeah, her hands are kind of full, so I'm not going to be cruel. I'll just ignore her for now. Until I know better. But I got Carol Middleton. I don't need her right now. I got that Carol Middleton. I don't need to bother with her. Um, so I'm going to get him off of there before his nose completely peels away. Um, let's see. Let me do this. Okay. Do that. Okay, let me it's not too soon. I'll give honor to Queen Doria, as we always do on our live chats. We have to acknowledge the Queen Doria, and while doing so, I'll take a look at a couple of your comments. Hey, bro, how you doing? Doing Merry Christmas season. I hope you are living your best life. Do not ever consider visiting the Sussexes town Montecito with other than the Sussex squatty. You know, yeah, that is a very expensive zip code. And honestly, the only reason I would go there is because they required an audience from me. Other than that, I probably would never go, because it's a very expensive zip code, and it's not really a tourist destination. It's almost like a big gated community. So I wouldn't recommend anybody actually go there. But if you are interested in seeing the Sussexes, do like I did. Go to New York. Go to any place where they have an event. I mean, I was about a block away. If she wasn't wearing red and if I didn't have a good lens, I probably would have missed her. But with the naked eye, I could see that there was a lady there in a beautiful red gown. So that was the only way that I knew for sure that that was the Duchess of Sussex. And but there will be other occasions, I promise you. Like there'll be things like when Obama opens his library, maybe they'll go there. There will be some events with probably the military, as they have before. So there'll be plenty of opportunities to see the Sussex, but I don't recommend anybody actually go to Montecito. Let's see. I think it was funny that okay, that's to be how. Like I said, I have to be careful when I read these because I don't want to get dinged by the algorithm. How the British media were going after Meghan for overdressing for the weather when there was a woman literally in front of her with a wool sweater on. Absolutely. Nitpicking, as usual, nitpicking. Any criticism will do. I think they have like a Zoom chat, and they just figure out, how can we go after her today? I mean, if nothing else, the British media, they're very, very creative. if they were on our side, we probably could have passed that Build Back Better thing. But because they're on the other side, we can't get anything done. Yes, Mama Doria. Somebody pointed out the other day in the comments that Diana and Doria start and end with D and A. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, I didn't even notice that, but thanks for pointing that out. I didn't realize that. Diana, Doria. So that was pretty cool. But then there's a whole list of things that have been right in front of me that I have missed over the years. Let's see. Absolutely, Gwendolyn. Absolutely. This must be in reference to Prince Charles, right? AKA sausage fingers. Okay, let me go back to my list and see what else I wanted to talk about. Got my list here. Okay. List. Oh, got it. Okay, no problems. Uh, oh yeah. No, okay. Now this was pointed out by a squatty. Please, you guys, I want you to know I have redacted this photo, if that's actually a thing. I know you redact a document, but I have redacted the words and letters on this photo. There was a bit of confusion, and somebody told me, Baron, when I first logged on to your, I guess they went to the Twitter to see what I posted. They said I wasn't sure what I was looking at. And I was like, huh? Oh, yeah. They said I wasn't sure what I was looking at. Do you see it? They said they were not sure. Fun, right? I don't know how that happened. It was just by chance. It was just by chance. I know it was a lot of fun. It was just by chance. But yeah, I thought it was funny. At first, I didn't get it, but I was just like, "Oh, I get it now. I get it now." But yeah, so it wasn't deliberate. It was just the way it was cropped. Well, not cropped, but covered by the the what do you call it? The watermark. It was the way it was covered by the watermark. So, but yeah, that was fun. I got a kick out of it. Let's see. And then I'm sure I had something else on my list. Okay, going to my list again. Oh, okay, yeah, I think we already talked about the woman knocking on the window. Yeah. Yeah, we already talked about that one. So good. We'll probably just do an hour tonight. And let me see, that gives us about 20 more minutes to chat it out. But yeah, I think I covered everything I wanted to cover. So let me see. Go back to the bottom and work my way back up. Uh, okay, here. Deborah Anderson, Obama was too high on the political list to attend Harry and Meghan's wedding. He could have attended Will and Kate's, though. It was a nasty move to me. Yeah, I mean, he was kind of high on the list. I think when Princess Diana got married, if I remember, Nancy Reagan went to the wedding. It wasn't the president or the vice president. It was just Nancy Reagan, and as far as I know, she went by herself. And I remember that when she went to the wedding, there was this big deal about the fact that the Secret Service were not allowed to keep their firearms. I remember they just kept repeating that over and over again, like that was the biggest deal in the world. Um, let's see what else here. Okay, they were all in black, 6 feet apart, and I asked my son if they were a couple. Oh, did you see somebody famous, Joan? Did you see someone famous? Sorry, I missed that one. The British media knows so and so well. William and Kate are the bottom of the barrel, so they have to sell them. Yeah, they're. Oh, by the way, I did have something with them. I did have something. Um, Looks like William wants in on that jazz hand. Did you notice that? Look at this picture and look at how jealous Kate looks. Kate is jealous because William wants to be the only jazz hands in the family. Now, William's not known for the jazz hands, but but Kate seems like she's rather annoyed by the fact that William is trying out the jazz hands himself. Oh, what are let me see, what were you thinking, Baron? Um, I don't know which one, because I forget everything I said no sooner than I go to the next photo. That reminds me too. When I was talking about Peggy Noonan, remember I talked about Peggy Noonan a couple of weeks ago? When somebody said Peggy later on, I was like, Peggy who? But see, my whole life, I've only ever said, well, not that Peggy Noonan is that much older than me. Well, maybe she is, but I've only ever called her Peggy Noonan. So if somebody says Peggy, I don't know who they're talking about. You have to say Peggy Noonan if you want me to know who you're talking about. Even though I had just spoke about her 2 minutes before that, you have to say Peggy Newman. Noonan. I have a bad case of baby boomer. So as a baby boomer, you have to say both names. Otherwise, I am completely thrown off the mark. So Peggy Noonan. And there's other people where I have to say both names. Otherwise, I don't know who you're talking about. Um, Older than Black Pepper and me, trust. Yeah, she is. She's been around for a while. I think I used to watch her on the McLaughlin group. I was so addicted to the McLaughlin group. Um, it seemed like it wasn't Friday. It was Friday, right? And then they would repeat on Saturday morning. It was not the weekend if I didn't watch the McLaughlin group. It that was like my favorite political show. And believe it or not, I am a real nerd away from this channel. I am very much a nerd. Hello, hello, Halutka. Welcome to the chat. Oh, there's 489 of us on the Monday night. I can't believe it. Let's see. I want to see some more comments here. Okay, I think I saw that one already. Okay, Kate and William are really boring. They look mad at each other all the time, just miserable with each other. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why it's so confusing to me that they would try to push this narrative that there's some sparks flying there. Yeah, there may be some sparks. There may be heat there, but it ain't the kind that they would hope for. It's not exactly, you know, Harry and Meghan type of things, although they wish that that was the case. But no, it is not. That is, typical Cambridge. It's not this. It's not that. It's not this. Nor is it that. It's none of those things. It's you know jazz hands and there's so many nicknames for William. I don't know which one I want to choose next. But but yeah, so um they wish it was something more to it, but no, it's just the usual suspects. Okay. Okay, I got that. Let me go to a couple more comments. Kate age, years above her age. Yeah, she's looking quite 50. She's catching up to her mom. Uncle Festus seems to be growing in the peach fuzz in anticipation of Junior come over in 2022. Let's see. Okay. How do I add that? There we go. Nope. Yep. Okay. Okay. I got it. I got it. Got it. Let me get rid of this. Nope. Oh, too many things going on here. There we go. There we go. I love the way they look at each other. That never gets old to me. And I love this photo. I don't know, something about the rain and snow brings the magic for the Sussexes, always. You know, this is what the derangers want us to believe was happening with Will and Kate. And then they'll say, well, you know, because of protocol, the royal family don't typically um, show any PDAs, public displays of affection. That's because they don't have it in them. They can't even fake it. It's like two magnets repelling from each other. You know, they just don't, they don't have it. They don't have it. And that's all to it. Okay, I think we went through all of these. Yeah. Look at Harry, the guardian. Harry is just the guardian. So, okay. Uh let me get back to some comments. And I promise you guys, we're going to wrap this up at 60 minutes. Well, in what 13, 12, 13 minutes, something like that. Not going to drift over like I usually do. Picture says 1,000 words. Okay. Yep. Perfect snack. And I had a crush on Meghan since since season 3 of Suits. Oh, that's nice. That's nice to know. Um, I always William wanted Meghan. Yeah, you know, I saw that one picture where he seemed to be checking her out. I did see that photo, and it was rather jarring to look at. But then again, William is always jarring in appearance. So, um, yeah, I think that maybe I don't know, maybe William had some kind of weird fantasies, and that's what brought out the mean girl, you know? Maybe that's why the mean girl became weaponized was because the idea that maybe William asked about her too much, you know, along with the rage there was at the hostility. And as they say, there is a very thin line between love and hate. So that's a possibility. Gwendolyn says William is really creepy. Absolutely. Skull and Bones are just boring. I'm gonna locate that photo, the one that I was just talking about. I got it here. Take me a second to bring it up, but I am a squatty, so I always keep receipts. If you guys see anything that is just incredibly outrageous, screenshot, screenshot, screenshot. Otherwise, as they have been saying for a while in the squad, there's some of the things that some of the stories that they've run, like the Tattler. Remember the Tattler story disappeared? Catherine the Great. They snatched it offline. Anybody who has the print edition, you know, they still have it. And anybody who may have done the screenshots, but it's very difficult to find. I haven't been able to find it, but I would love to see it. I would definitely love to see it. Let me see. Willie wish his wife was just like Harry's. I agree. Well, you know what? Then again, William he doesn't want anybody to overshadow him. I mean, he wants that, but he can't have it. And maybe that's what his obsession is with her, is because he aesthetically he finds that type of woman pleasing, possibly, but in terms of actually allowing someone to grow out of his shadow, oh, that's not going to ever be allowed. He's very fragile, just like Prince Charles. I mean, they're flip sides of the same coin. Very fragile. So I couldn't conceive of a world where he would ever accept Kate actually being a real person. And it ought to come easy for him to sleep at night because she ain't gonna do nothing. She don't even want to work. She don't even want to work. So there's no risk that she's actually ever going to, like draw any extra attention because she don't want to be there in the first place. Okay, let me see here. Go to another comment. Um, okay. Catherine is the great pretender. Let me see. 100% of cameras trained on the couple, and let me see. I got to stop this from moving. On the couple, and this is the best picture they could come up with. Imagine all the ones they rejected. Great, great, great point, Christy. Krista, rather. Great point. If that's the ones that they keep, then imagine what the other ones must look like. Imagine the ones that they have discarded if that's the keeper. Just like William getting married, if that's the one that he kept, imagine what was discarded. Too much. Is that too much, you guys? Oh boy, that is kind of tacky. But yeah, if that's the one he kept, oh, there it is. I found the photo. But yeah, if that's the one that he kept, just imagine what he was discarding. Ah, you see there? What is going on? Harry is like, dude, what are you doing? Meghan is like, dude, what are you doing? And Catherine is like, I don't make eye contact with him anyway. Woo! Yep. Now that is a look. Um, and I need to thank someone for a generous contribution. Thank you, Hedlutka. Thank you so much. And thank you for joining us. And thank you for being so generous. I really, really do appreciate it. But yeah, oh, so Belinda, you've never seen this photo, but oh, you saw that picture. Okay. Uh yeah, then there's that. No, not on the live chats. Well, not pretty much not nice at all. Especially to them. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yep, yep. That's probably what it is, Connie. That's probably what it is. Who knows what that wretched soul has been through? He just he got caught. He got caught, uh, looking at some eye candy, and Harry seems to. Yeah, this is like a moment in time that is frozen, and you cannot not see it. Yep, his lips are puckered like he was looking at a snack. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. So, before anything got out of pocket, it was probably best just to leave Kensington Palace. Unfortunately, they had to go over to the servants' quarters, but it was best to leave Kensington Palace before somebody started moving furniture. Because once they start moving furniture, somebody gonna end up in the hospital. So it was probably best to just leave. I'm sorry they had to go over to Frogmore Cottage. And I'm sorry that Harry paid for a gift that was given to him. Oh boy, every time I think about that, if you don't know what I'm talking about, the Queen gifted the cottage with the intentions of a refurbishment, which was already planned before she even gifted them the cottage. And then once they got in there, then the Sussexes were under attack from the tabloid press every day. And of course, that leaked into the mainstream media. You know, you could turn on ABC and hear them mention the Frogmore Cottage. That was a very rough time. So I'm just sorry that Harry cut a check, but I'm glad that he did that because they needed to know that he could. He can and he will, and he done it. He cut a check and he walked away. Now that's class. That is class, Prince Harry. That is classy. Frogmore Cottage. No royals live in cottages. Harry, ever since he's been an adult, I think he's been given a cottage. The Nottingham Cottage and then the Frogmore Cottage. That's how you can tell what people really think of you, is when everybody else is given a house and Harry is given Frogmore Cottage in that swampy, mosquito infested. I mean, the land is so bad over there by Frogmore. Even Queen Victoria's tomb is falling apart. That's how bad it is over there. And that's what Harry was given as a gift. Frogmore Cottage. I'm just kidding. That's not Frogmore Cottage. That's Frogmore Cottage. Boy, you guys got quiet when I said that. Oh boy. Uh, but it's still a cottage. It's like a collection of extensions, one extension after another. And that's the wedding present. Yeah, they treated the Sussexes poorly. Good they left Frogmore Cottage. Yeah. Harry was literally given one cottage after the next. Everybody else has a house and a very large house. But Harry, a senior royal, was given, yes, the slave quarters. Yep. They're not very subtle, are they? They really let you know what they think. Absolutely, Lydia. They really let you know what they think. So, oh yeah, that did happen, right? Didn't they have to remove asbestos and all that kind of stuff? At least they said they did. Um, but the house was already slated for reconstruction, remodeling, whatever. It was already slated for that. And I think it's like a grade 2 listed property. So it has some historic significance. But other than that, at one time it was broken into 5 different apartments, and the help lived there. The help. The help lived there. And so Harry went from one cottage, one grace and favor home, to the next. And then he had to end up paying for it. Just to put it to rest, he had to write a check. He had to write a check. Hollering about the taxpayer money every day when Harry and Meghan were at Frogmore. Harry and Meghan paid back for the renovation, and that shut up the rodents. Yeah, they paid back. But I tell you who didn't pay any money back. William and Kate didn't pay for any restoration on their home. They didn't pay for anything, and nobody said anything. They have had their home at Kensington Palace remodeled. They've had the what was it, a $2 million driveway at Anmer Hall. They're on and off the helicopter every week. That's why I say they're taking advantage of the Queen. If the Queen had her wits about her, she didn't let them just jump on the helicopter every 5 minutes. But now that the Queen seems to be declining in so many different ways, now every time you blink your eyes, Will and Kate are diving into the helicopter. I mean, anytime that Kate leaves the house, she don't even go toward the Range Rover. She starts walking out into the backyard, and they're like, "Ma'am, we're going in the Range Rover." What? Never mind, ma'am. Well, the car's here. Because you're not going to understand her. But she thinks every trip is a helicopter trip. And why wouldn't she think that? Because they're always on the helicopter. Always. So I think they're taking advantage of the Queen. As much as I'm disappointed with the Queen, I have to say how I feel about it. I think they're taking terrible advantage of her. Um, William, that is, Charles is never going to confront William about anything because he acts as though he's afraid of him. So um, they're taking advantage of the situation. The Cambridges are taking advantage of everything that they can, and the Queen is powerless to do anything about it, and Charles is afraid to do anything about it. So essentially, William is practically in the driver's seat as it is. All it takes is for, this, whatever they're trying to do, to get him in there sooner rather than later. And then it's off to the races. It's off to the races. Um, but yeah, all of that looks so wrong for some reason. William is not supposed to be the future of the monarchy. They have just totally dissed Charles to the point where he's just doesn't even seem to matter. Taxpayer money was allocated for repairs for all the estates, including Frogmore, but they wanted to punish Harry, who wrote them all off. Yes, that's what it was. It was a punishment. It was a punishment. But I tell you what, they were foolish and they have been paid out for their folly because the Sussexes are living their best life in Montecito, California. Yep. Cut, print, edit, end of story. And so they can just fight it out among each other. They can just fight it out amongst each other. Harry's money and Meghan moved into the Cotswolds. Yes, they moved to the Cotswolds, and then somebody outed them, which caused a security concern. One of the tabloids outed them, so they had to leave the Cotswolds. The people living there were trying to be protective of them, but the tabloids somehow found them. And the house they lived in, you couldn't just get to the house, excuse me, by riding past on the road. The house was within an estate or a couple of estates or other properties. So the house was away from the street. From what I'm to understand, they used a drone to find them. They used a drone. You guys, it is I see what time it is, and you all just letting me you all, would you have said something if I had said I had a plane to catch or something? But I'm gonna finish my thought. Now that y'all done got my dander up. Um, what was I saying? Anyway, but they were outed by the tabloids. Oh, thank you, B10. I love you too. They were outed by the tabloids, and they yes, that's a good name for it, Snakington Palace. But they were outed and they had to leave. So after that, it was like out of the frying pan and back into the fire. And when I say fire, I mean close to Jazz Hands and Bonehead. And so after that, then they found their way over to Frogmore, where they were ridiculed and punished every day mercilessly in the press about whether there's a carpet bathtub. Is Doria going to move in? Not is Doria going to move in. People were saying that Doria was there when someone actually showed a photo of Doria still safely ensconced in her California life, but yet they were trying to make out like Doria was already living there, because it's that idea that a woman of color is somehow coming up on the taxpayers' money. She's getting ahead on our money. And, that was the whole premise of Doria is there. They're going to build what was it, Pilates or yoga studio or something like that. They had all of these different things that were supposedly going to happen once they moved over there. So yeah, they had to move out. That was a rough time. I remember I was just every day I was looking for some type of positive story. And what's really more punishing for the squatties is that during that time we weren't seeing the Duchess anywhere. It was rare. I think she only had been away from that awful house maybe two times in like 5 months or 4 months. And when she did actually reappear in between the starting of the maternity leave and ending the maternity leave, there was so much negativity. There was so much hate and contempt that it was just a painful time. But I don't have to tell you guys that because you guys experienced it in real time the same way I did, every day waking up hoping for better news only for it to get worse. And so yeah, so that was a rough time. And just like the rest of you, I felt incredibly helpless. I felt incredibly helpless, and it was a painful time. But as bad as I feel about it, just imagine what it must have been like for the Sussexes to go through it day after day after day, being punished for, you know, just for being popular. Your punishment for being popular is some assured destruction from the press. So, anyway, I probably said too much about that because I started getting emotional when I think about it. Let me see. What do we still have here? Why do all of them have bad teeth? That's an age-old question from Narnia. That's an age-old question. Um, and not exactly the question I was expecting to see when I opened up the comments, but thank you for that. People are keeping an eye on Egghead to see if he's using the helicopter, but now they just say the Queen prohibited Ed. Yes, that's a good question. I mean, a good point, Myra. They're saying that the Queen, I didn't think about that. You should have a podcast. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, it's not what the Queen said, although I doubt anything they say she said it. It wasn't what the Queen said. It was them trying to encourage him not to make a mockery of this whole environmental movement like the earshot or earthworm, whatever it is, of him making a mockery of that by jumping on and off that helicopter day after day after day. He uses that helicopter, I think, sometimes every day. That's how he commutes. He's not, well, I was going to say not the president of the United States, but the prime minister doesn't live a lavish life like that. So why is he entitled to do it? Oh, the hypocrisy. But thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, from the mountaintops, the wise words of Church Nelly. That's why we count on you. Oh, let's see here. Yes, the Queen tried to move Harry and Meghan out of England and to Africa. I heard that one. But because of William's constant attacks on Meghan, he exposed their location to the press. They had to quickly flee. Yeah. The whole thing about Africa is this. I'm pretty sure that they would have loved to have stayed there. But that idea of them commuting back and forth from Africa, could you imagine the skeleton crew of staff that they would have with them? I think any place outside of the country, whether it was Canada or whether it was Africa, any place that they were, I think that they would have been at risk. I think they would have been at risk. In particular, the Duchess and the children, they would have been at a great risk had they not been within Narnia. Princess Diana, she gave up her bodyguards because, well, her royal protection, because they kept ratting her out to Prince Charles, allegedly. And so by giving up her royal protection, look at what happened to her. So if the Sussexes were dependent upon royal protection, whether they were in Canada or whether they were in Africa or even in the United States, I think that it would not have been adequate enough to give them the type of protection that they deserved. So, yes, Harry loves Africa. I agree. But I think that where any place outside of the country, they would have been left vulnerable. Remember when Meghan went to that open air market on the Oceania tour? Do you guys remember that when she was pregnant and they sent her into that convection oven of a marketplace? Was she safe that day? No, she had to leave. She had to leave. She looked around and she realized that this is getting out of hand. And remember, she was ready to go. They didn't call it, she called it because she realized that she wasn't safe there. She wasn't safe. Now, I'm not saying there was anything nefarious going on, but just think about it. Would she be safe any place away from Narnia? She wasn't even that safe in Narnia. Imagine them any place in the world where they didn't have proper security. The only way to get good security was for Harry to pay for it because they weren't safe in Canada. They weren't safe on the Oceania tour. There was but actually, I'm sure Harry was safe. I just don't think that she was highly regarded when it comes to the ratio of safety available. So I'd have to say better to pay for your own security than to leave it to them. Because, when it comes to somebody coming after you, you have to get it right every time. They only have to get it right one time. So yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad. Let's see what we got here. I love Cape Cod chips. That's why I don't buy them. Okay, I'm with you on that one, Joyce. Can't just eat one. Oh no, that's Jay's. Safety first. Absolutely, Deborah. Safety first. I'm sure the new team of security headed by Beefcakes. Are you talking about the security guard with the bald head? The one that looks like an action figure? Yeah, I agree with you. If all security looked like him, there would be no crime in this world. If every cop looked like him, there would be no crime. If every soldier looked like him, there would be no war. Straight out of central casting. I agree 100%. Yes, Mary. Let's see. They were trying to see if Harry failed, but he has Meghan to keep him strong. Absolutely. They're a double act. As long as they're a team, they are completely unstoppable, and that's what scares people. The unroyal family and, okay, I'm going to skip that word, British press, only because I told you why, are still carrying on about Meghan's appearance on The Ellen Show, getting involved with the family paid leave and taking away her title is beyond tedious. It is beyond tedious. It's an insult, Cookies and Cream. By the way, hello, Cookies and Cream. I didn't say hi to you yet. Let me see. Does Harry have a Second Amendment right in California or only Meghan? We don't even know if Harry has a green card. So I'm going to assume that there's some protections with a green card or whatever application status. Then there is a possibility, it's not really officially discussed, but he may have some kind of diplomatic coverage in terms of his rights. And then, of course, maybe he didn't apply for American citizenship and maybe he doesn't ever need to. I mean, because he's the grandson of the queen, and because even though he stepped back from um, royal duty, I don't know why that's always funny when I say royal duty, but when he stepped back from royal duty, it makes it sounds like he just come out of the loo, right? But even since he stepped back from royal duty, since he left Narnia, he may have, some diplomatic immunity, and it hasn't been discussed. And let's hope that it doesn't become an issue, because when it does, they're going to say strip them of their diplomatic immunity. So, and let's see who says that here. Diane Kelly, I am sure Harry has diplomatic status. I believe so myself. Stop trying to make me laugh. Duty. Duty is just another way of saying, that you went to the bathroom. You went to duty, like this guy. This guy is doing his duty while I don't know that that's true. It just looks like he's sitting on the toilet at Heathrow Airport, doing an interview with Good Morning Britain or something like that. I just say it looks like that. I'm sure he's not. Robert Jobson, I'm not saying that that's what he's doing. I'm just saying that it looks like that's what he's doing, which is good enough for me. I mean, he's sweaty. He looks breathy. Duty. He's doing the do. But no, I'm sure he's at home in his kitchen, looking at something, you know, to eat out the corner of his eye. I don't know what he's doing, but that's what it looks like but that's what duty means. So just in case you were wondering, that's why when I say duty, like a little kid, I just get a little tickled at the idea of it, that Prince Harry stepped back from duty. Oh boy. Let me see. I'm getting to that point where I'm getting a little punchy, so I'm gonna have to get off here soon. I'm gonna look at a couple more comments. Um, and actually, there was another photo I want to share with you guys. I'm gonna try to bring it up while I'm sitting here. Um, because every time I do the podcast, there's two people I honor, because for them the world is a much better place. I've already honored one, and if I ever forget to do this, you guys, please, when I'm in the live chat, remind me to pay my respects and homage and show all of my adoration for um, those two ladies. One, of course, being Queen Doria, and the other one is our Queen of Hearts. There she is. There she is, forever young, forever young. Princess Diana, forever young. Boy, did she know how to work the camera. The camera loved her, and she knew how to work the camera. So that completes it. We always have to pay our respects and pay honor and show our love for our two queens. Okay. And Doria. It's these women, the three of them, that rescued Harry from Narnia. Diana, of course, his mother, wise enough to leave enough money and planting the seed of independence. And of course, Queen Doria, the mother of his wife, his mother-in-law, who also has raised an incredibly independent, strong daughter. So that's why I always have to say that we have to honor them every podcast. Okay, so somebody's saying goodnight here. Who's saying goodnight to us? I just caught that out the corner of my eye. But if you are leaving us, thank you for joining us. 617? Are you kidding me? 617? Oh boy, I feel like I'm very honored. Thank you guys. Let me see. Hello everyone. I love you guys. been taking care of my mom, and my daughter gave me a surprise birthday party. I turned 60 on the 14th of December. Gwen Marie, happy birthday. Happy belated birthday. Happy belated birthday, and many happy returns of the day. Many happy returns of the day. Let's see. And who else we got here? I have books on Princess Diana from childhood with beautiful photos of her. Oh, that's a real keeper. Very, very nice. I probably mentioned this before, but like most baby boomers, I'll probably say it again and again. But I still have the VHS cassette that I recorded on the wedding day back in 1981. I still have the VHS cassette. So Peter Jennings, Barbara Walters covering the event. I still have that from the wedding day. My first time in London, I actually went to St. Paul's because of the wedding, because I wanted to see it. And I was younger and much fit or healthier at the time, more athletic, if you will. So I actually went all the way up to the top of the dome, all the way up to the lantern at the top of St. Paul's. Now, on the way down, I had to find my behind because somewhere on the way up there, my behind fell off. And I was walking so hard, my butt just slid right off of me. On the way down, I was like, has anybody seen my butt? Please don't step on my bum. It's around here somewhere. But yeah, if you've never been to the top of St. Paul's, I believe it's 520 feet and it takes a whopping, I believe the steps is 281 steps, something like that. Or is it 520 steps and 281 feet? Yeah, I think it's something like that. But anyway, it is quite a haul to get up there. And I was winded, but I had one of the best views of London that you could possibly ever have. So that was my memory of my trip to St. Paul's. Okay, any more comments? Okay, let me see here. For me in Dominica, as long as Harry and Meghan are happy, I'm happy. Okay, thank you, Lambert. That is the best sentiment. As long as they're happy, we're happy. Absolutely. And the day that they say don't call us the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, I'm not going to use it anymore. Took an economy tour when I was in London. En route to Oxford, we went to the roof of near St. Paul's and told to look over at it. Said cheap, very. Oh no, you know what? If you can get up close to it, I think that's great. I think that's great. I've been to Paris many times, and I have yet to go to the top of the Eiffel Tower. But the important thing is, whenever you choose to go, it'll still be there. It's been there for what, 350 years? It'll be there for 350 more. Christopher Wren is the architect. And I am just, he's like one of my favorite architects, Christopher Wren, Sir Christopher Wren, who had the idea to bring that very continental, I guess you can call it Renaissance. Is it Renaissance? Yeah. Or is neoclassical? Well, anyway, he had the idea of bringing a dome to St. Paul's. Otherwise, most people wanted something very gothic, but he stuck to his guns and he insists that they needed something that looked more continental. And all these years later, he was absolutely right. Okay. That wedding of Eugenie was funny. As all get, yes, with the dress flying up over her head, right? I wonder if you can find that on YouTube. Um, yeah, what was that? That was one of the Wessex girls that decided to show her knickers to everybody. It was only seen by like maybe, I don't know, 500 million people around the world. So nothing to be embarrassed about. Okay. It's on my list. This time I got to leave the train station. I was distracted by a sausage and mustard and a hard roll. That's why I never left the train station. I had a little layover there. Oh, Denise Marcus, I have a lot of joy in my life, a lot of joy in my heart, and I like sharing laughs with you guys. Oh, yes, yes, Lydia. Yes, we're closing in on 90 minutes. Okay. So I guess I'll get some last comments from you guys, and we'll round make it a nice round number of 130. Okay. When I was in London, I climbed the many stairs of the tower to memorize the Great Fire of London of 1666. Lost behind, picked it up on my. You lost your behind too? Yes, in 1666, three sixes. That's when they had the Great Fire in London, and the St. Paul's. There was a massive church there before. It was reduced to rubble, and they were going to rebuild it in a similar style. But Christopher Wren was the one who said to create a dome building. There's a great documentary about St. Paul's Cathedral of Christopher Wren. So if you get a chance to see it, I think I was at Oxford and I went to the Christopher Wren Library at Oxford. Or was it Cambridge? I think it was Oxford. No, it was Cambridge. It was Cambridge. I went to the Christopher Wren Library. Let me see. Baron, Lady Louise had an embarrassing moment while she performed her job. It's not funny, and you'll never see it anywhere. It's not funny, Baron. Yeah, it was. I shouldn't. Yeah, it was one of those unintended consequences of being part of that family that that a wedding is broadcast and and everybody sees your knickers. That's all. But it's just she could have been in a bathing suit. It's the human body is nothing to be ashamed of. Let's see. Well, thank you, Diane Hawkins. Thank you, Diane Hawkins. Yeah, but I think and plus I got a live Wednesday night, so I I don't want they how they say don't leave anything on the dance floor. Yeah, I shouldn't leave anything on the dance floor. So, any questions before I go? Anybody? Any questions? Let me see. I've shared all the stuff I wanted to share. I'm going to take a quick look just to make sure because I have everything lined up here. Other than that, everything else we spoke about already. So yeah, that's it. Okay. So again, you guys, please be careful on social media. Remember, if you encounter any grifters or something like that, if anybody asks for a DM for some charitable situation, don't do it. In the squad, we usually send our donations directly to the charity, and that's how it's been. And just make sure that's happening. And also, you guys, please make sure that you don't what was my other point? Just don't be careful. If anybody needs any kind of financing from you, make sure it's legitimate. If you're not sure, then ask for a second opinion. Okay. Happy birthday, Diane Hawkins. Anyone who loves Diana should read the book called Charles and Diana by Ralph G. Martin. That book told us a lot about the fake fairy tales she went through. Thank you for that recommendation. If you guys, if you buy any books that like the bench or the cookbook, make sure you leave a review. If you bought it a while ago, go back and leave a review because there's a lot of people that leave negative reviews that haven't even purchased the book. Okay. Okay, so it's been 1 hour, 30 minutes. Love you guys. Thank you so much. It has been a pleasure. Thank you all, 600 and something of you that joined us tonight. Don't forget, Wednesday night will be another live. And not tomorrow, though. Tomorrow, though, I'm going to do my regular edit. But but daily uploads on Royal Sussex. And I'm still trying to figure out what to do for Christmas and New Year's. But anyway, if nothing else, we'll just hang out like wet dish rags, right? Uh, Let me see. What's that, Annie? Are you a retiree? No, I'm not. I'm not a retiree yet. I just look kind of like a retiree. My head is as gray as Pop Staples, but I'm not a retiree yet. Let me see. Check Suckers. Suck it. Check Sussex. Yeah, I got to get off here. Check out Sussex Squad podcast. Wait, okay. Check out the Sussex Squad. It's podcast. I know it's just a little typo there from yesterday. There is accounting, scamming, targeting the squad members. Yeah, absolutely, Reba Henderson. I've been speaking in riddles about it because I don't want to perpetuate, any negativity. But it was worth listening to. If you didn't listen to the Sussex Squad podcast from yesterday, oh boy, I'm tripping over my words. Uh, Oh, I'm getting punchy. I got to get off here. But if you didn't see it yesterday, it's worth going back to take another look because it was very informative. And even though I'm speaking in riddles because I don't want to add to anything, that's the best suggestion. So I appreciate you saying that, Reba, is to just go back and catch the Sussex Squad podcast from yesterday. If you're on Twitter, then you know way more than we knew from yesterday. And oh, good night, Lydia. Good night. Thank you so much for joining us. Oh, me. You're absolutely right. Okay, so I'm getting out of here. Thank you so much. And yeah, good night, you guys. I'll see you Wednesday for the next live. And don't forget there's daily uploads. So if for some reason you don't get what do you call it? The thing saying that that there's gonna be a podcast, then just go to Royal Sussex and you'll find it. Okay. All right. Good night, all. Love you.